Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Alien here. Hope you guys are having a great day slash night. I've just finished the Modern Warfare 3 beta as of yesterday. So I thought I'd make a quick video just explaining my thoughts, my personal experience with skill-based matchmaking in this game, and how it is heavily affecting the way it's meant to be played. So yeah, let's get into it. Right, so obviously, I'm Australian, and living in Australia, the population here is incredibly low compared to other countries in the world, such as America and Europe, and all these other big countries who have over 10 times the population that we have, which instantly eliminates a lot of the competition for us. Our lobbies over here are incredibly sweaty. Just about every game you have is like full force. You just, always struggling to get a good game. Um, there's not much you can do about it. It is what it is. But I mean, over here, we're getting the same people like over and over again, which I have no problem with at all. Like, it's almost like, playing the older CODs, getting the same lobbies, but in this game, to a certain extent, you do want to verse different people, because when you're versing the same diehard sweats every game, it starts to get incredibly exhausting. Um, you know, uh, High ping lobbies as well. Um, there were multiple times where I was just consistently being thrown into American lobbies and European lobbies and all this because the game just from what I think, just couldn't find a lobby to throw me into of people in the same country as me who are on the same skill level. And in my eyes, for this game to be prioritizing skill over ping is just absolutely insane. I don't know why this is a thing, but it is what it is, I suppose. It's even worse because when I had mates trying to party up with me and play together, because I was getting thrown into high ping lobbies, they were getting thrown into high ping lobbies. Um, yeah, it's just the way the skill-based matchmaking system is. Um, Majority of the games I was playing, there was absolutely no one playing the objective. Um, Half the games I had on Rust, particularly, if it was domination, the game would just straight up end within the first couple of minutes of the match because, you got everyone trying to cap the flags, but because the game and everyone is playing is so sweaty, like, no flags are being captured, so it was to the point where no one was even voting for domination in my lobbies simply because you couldn't cap the flags. It was just so sweaty. That to me is just ridiculous. I just don't know why, it's as strict as it is. But like I said, it is what it is. Unfair gunfights, even in the high skilled lobbies. I found myself multiple times having games where I was getting nothing but hit markers the entire game, maybe a few one-shot kills here and there, and then games where maybe, I don't know, I was getting, say, 60 to 70% one-shot kills, as the snipers we have now aren't the best, but, 60 to 70%, and then I'd have games where I'm just getting straight up 10 to 20%, and it was just brutal. Like, playing in these incredibly sweaty lobbies, just getting nothing but hit markers. You know, I'm a sniper. I love sniping. I've always loved sniping. I run around. I don't sit back. Majority of the people in my lobbies don't sit back either. I can comfortably say no one camps in my lobbies. You'll get the occasional camper, but everyone's always running around, full force because the lobbies are just that sweaty. Like, all the players in my games are good players. You'll never get anyone in these type of lobbies who is sitting in a corner just camping, which is good. But having these inconsistent hit markers and sometimes the hit detection not working properly, like when you go to shoot someone and your shot's just going straight through them. Um, you just can't have that in my type of lobbies. Like, every shot counts when you're versing people that are, like, the best in the country, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not saying I'm the best in the country, but my god, do these lobbies feel like you're versing the best players in your country. Um, Another thing is, absolutely everyone in these lobbies uses meta weapons. Um, Not every game, but I'd say maybe 80% of the lobbies that I've played so far on Modern Warfare 3, um, everyone is using meta weapons. It's just how it is. It's never going to be any different. Um, which in turn makes the game incredibly boring, by the end of it. And, like, I get it, if you don't use the meta weapon, you're going to get slammed. But that's just why I don't really understand, like, the concept behind the skill-based matchmaking and how strict it is, because when you've got everyone using the same guns over and over and over again, like, what is even the point in having all these other guns in the game? It's just, it's so meaningless. Like, there's no variety, there's no fun. It's just everyone trying their heart out 24/7. Um, yeah, it's just you just can't do much about it. Packet loss on Australian servers on good ping. Some of these games, I was getting the most unbearable packet loss you can imagine. I don't know whether that was because, like, the players in that lobby may have been not as good as myself or some of my teammates, or vice versa. Like, you got worse teammates on my team and then the other team's got good teammates. I don't know the story behind that, but it was getting ridiculous to the point where, like, I would just leave the lobby because the packet loss was so bad. Um, you've got, like, yeah, I don't want to say too much on it because I don't want to get flamed for, talking too much smack on skill-based matchmaking. But yeah, it's just the way it is. Skill-based matchmaking would benefit absolutely everyone in this game if it was just simply toned down. I don't know why people don't see that or understand it. But my understanding towards it is that most people in this game just simply don't understand how the skill-based matchmaking system works. If you just had a mixed variety of players in the lobbies, you wouldn't get these lobbies where you've got the better players shitting on the lower tier players. Like, it would just never happen. Not saying it would never happen in general. Like, you would always get a lobby where you've got, tryhards getting, lower tier players, but how it happens today with all these YouTubers and pro players abusing the system to get these low tier lobbies, that just would never ever happen if it was just mixed lobbies. Now, I'm not saying take skill-based matchmaking out of the game by any means necessary. I don't want it taken out of the game. No one does. It just wouldn't make sense. Just tone it right down, and you wouldn't have these lobbies where, it's just either a sweat fest or everyone's camping. And, like, when you have a lobby like that, there is no skill gap. You've always got low tier players versus low tier players and high tier players versus high tier players. There is no in between unless the system is abused. And this system, whether people see it or not, and which I'm going to bring to the light right now, is it manipulates the way people think and see this game. This skill-based matchmaking we've had now has been in this game for so long, it's just kind of warped people's thoughts and, like, the way they view this game and how everything works. Because you've got low tier players consistently versing low tier players, um, you know, you get a lot of accusations when you get thrown into a lobby. Luckily thrown into a lobby where you're versing people who clearly are not as good as you at the game. And because these people are so used to versing other people of the same skill level as them, they instantly assume you're hacking because in their eyes, they don't understand how someone can possibly be as good as you are at the game. But that is because, like I said, there is no skill gap. they're always versing people of their, you know, category, and when you have that, you will never, in an infinite amount of time, get better at Call of Duty. Um, I don't know why this is even a thing. To me, it just honestly makes no sense. Um, you know, I, it's just it's hard to put it into words that people are going to understand, but I'm trying my best here, without being completely attacked by the entire community, because I don't want that to happen. But yeah, it's been manipulating everyone's thoughts, and the way they see this game for an incredibly long time now. Um, I even see casual players, like on Facebook and stuff, complaining about the skill-based matchmaking and how like they'll get thrown into a lobby where it's just brutally, abusing them. But then I'll see other posts where people are saying they want it in the game. I don't understand where the thought process is coming from these people. You either want it in the game or you don't. Like it's just like make your mind up. I'm not trying to be a prick or anything like that. I'm just being brutally honest and like my thoughts on it. Um, if you ask me, uh, like I said, people don't understand how the system works, which is fine. Um, you got the younger generation who never played the older CODs as much as we did. Like, I'm 25 years old now, and I've been playing this game since I was like 10 years old, like probably even 9. And back on these, older CODs, COD 4 and Modern Warfare and all that, we never had skill-based matchmaking even near as strict as we've got it in the game now. And I used to get nukes all the time back in the day. And never once in my entire time playing was I ever called a hacker or walls or anything like that. Because, back then, like, people knew what real skill is, whereas people today just have no idea what real skill is. And it's not their fault. Like I said, they've been manipulated by the system to think a certain way. And, you know, it's never going to change, or I don't know if it's ever going to change, but, as far as I'm concerned, it's never going to make a difference. Me talking about it isn't going to make a difference, but that's fine. Like, it's here to stay. We all know that by now. Um, but yeah, COD is just in a state where, unless you're trying your heart out every game, you're not going to get anywhere, man. Like, it's just that simple. Um, yeah, I don't have too much more to say on it. Um, I'm sorry to have kept you here for this long. But I really needed to, have my say on it, say what I think, my personal perspective, and like how I've experienced it in Modern Warfare 3, and how it's just gotten to the point where it's out of hand, and it doesn't need to be taken out of the game. Like I said, just toned down, like hectically toned down, because if it doesn't be toned down, I'm telling you now, this game is going to flop incredibly hard. Um, the low tier players, maybe not as much, like they'll be alright. But us high school players, content creators and stuff like that, I'm telling you now, these gameplays you see of like people dropping nukes and stuff in this game, it's absolute bullshit. Don't believe what you see on YouTube. It's a load of shit. I say that respectfully, but I'm telling you now, in this game, unless you are reverse boosting or using a VPN to get into a lobby that is easier than what I've been playing, it is not possible. So any gameplay you see on YouTube of like people getting double nukes and triple nukes and these ridiculously high kill gameplays, it's just a load of absolute bullshit. That's not how this game works. That's not how the skill-based matchmaking system works. So don't be warped into thinking that's what this game is, because it's not. Yeah, I'm not gonna drag this on for too much longer. This is my first commentary ever, so please go easy on me in the comments if I, butchered this. I hope not, but yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this gameplay in the background for you guys to watch, and yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and peace out.
Drag out. Good. What's your fire?
I'm with you. UAV is on station.
Engage.